It was the last message she ever sent me. My wife, Elise. I stared at it until my eyes burned, the taste of betrayal sharper than the poison she'd poured into my life. I used to own Eclat, the most exclusive restaurant on the East Coast. 47 million in valuation. Michelin whispers. Private tables booked months ahead. Every detail, every recipe, every light fixture, I built it from scratch. And then, one night, a health inspector died at table 12. Poison. In his meal. My meal. The story spread faster than fire in a grease trap. Chef owner serves fatal dish. News vans outside my home. Investors vanishing. Staff quitting overnight. By dawn, I was finished. But the thing about losing everything is, it strips away illusion. What's left is truth. Elise had been my partner long before Eclat existed. I met her when I was still peeling onions in the back of a downtown diner. She said I had precision hands. I thought she meant it as a compliment. Turns out she was studying how I worked, how I trusted. When the investors came, she was the one who smiled, who poured the wine, who made people believe we were unstoppable. And then came Marco, my head chef. Ambitious, brilliant. The kind of man who thought rules were seasoning you could skip if you knew the right temperature. They said we were a family, until the inspector died. I didn't see the betrayal at first. I was too busy trying to survive. Lawsuits, inspections, police interviews, my accounts frozen, my name on every blacklist. And then, late one night, while trying to sell my knives on an auction site, I saw a listing from Marco, my custom-made carbon steel blade, the one I'd given him on his birthday. Except it had my engraved initials on the handle. Curious, I checked the seller's page. Same shipping address Elise used for our joint tax returns. That was the first crack. Then came the photo, leaked to the tabloids, of Marco and Elise at a wine tasting in Tuscany, taken 6 months before the poisoning. She told me she was visiting her sick aunt. I remember sitting in the dark, watching the photo load, pixel by pixel. Her hand on his chest, his lips near her ear, and in the background, a bottle of Chateau de la Serre, 1990, the same wine used to pair with the poisoned dish. I didn't rage. I didn't throw anything. I didn't even cry. I just started writing. Lists, names, dates, bank accounts, every thread of my ruined empire, traced back to them. They had planned everything. Marco handled the food. Elise handled the publicity. The poisoning wasn't just about killing an inspector, it was about killing me. The restaurant's ownership was 60-40. When I fell, she inherited my share through a loophole buried in a contract she had drafted. Clever. Almost admirable. Almost. I started driving for food delivery to survive. Nobody recognized me behind the cap and logo jacket. Every house, every office, another reminder of how far I'd fallen. Until one afternoon, I delivered sushi to a law firm downtown. The receptionist said, "You can take it straight to Mr. Gardner's office." When I walked in, the lawyer looked up, squinting. "Wait, you're Daniel Rourke, aren't you?" I froze. He stood. "I represented your mother in 1990. That hit me harder than the betrayal ever did. My mother died when I was 12. She'd been a waitress, broke, and always told me, "Someday, your name will mean something." Gardner continued, "She left a trust fund. It matures when you turn 45. You're 44 now, correct?" I nodded slowly. He slid a file across his desk. Current value, roughly 42 million. 42 million. Almost poetic. They took 47 from me. Life was offering 42 back. I smiled for the first time in years. For months, I waited in silence, planning, watching. Elise and Marco opened a new restaurant in Manhattan, Maison Elise. Same aesthetic, same concept, even my signature plating style. They were untouchable. Critics adored them. But I didn't need to destroy them publicly. I needed something quieter, more surgical. I formed a holding company under a different name, Rowan Ventures. Clean, offshore, invisible. Through intermediaries, I began investing in Maison Elise, anonymous funding, small tranches. They never knew their silent investor was the man they'd buried. Then I hired a private auditor to examine their financials before expansion. He found irregularities, tax misfilings, misused funds, undeclared bonuses. I leaked the report anonymously to the state board. 3 weeks later, Maison Elise was under investigation. The investors pulled out. Suppliers backed off. The health department reopened their case files. And then, the health inspector's daughter, who had always believed I was innocent, received an anonymous tip about tampered kitchen records. That tip was me. When the forensics team examined the preserved files, they found traces of arsenic stored under Marco's login credentials. He was arrested mid-service. Elise tried to run damage control, but the investors sued her personally for fraud and negligence. Her assets were frozen. The restaurant shuttered within days. 2 months later, I met her one last time. She was sitting on a park bench, sunglasses on, face pale and drawn. "You did this," she whispered. I sat beside her. "No, you did this. I just plated it beautifully." She didn't look at me again. Now I'm 45. Gardner transferred the trust funds this morning. I'm opening a new place, smaller, quieter, under my mother's maiden name, Maison Heart. Every design choice, every recipe, deliberate. No partners, no investors, just me. They say revenge is best served cold. I disagree. It's best served precisely timed, beautifully plated, and savored slowly, like the final course of a meal you'll never forget.